Welcome to the first Medway Property News video log. For this post, I'm going to be talking about some tips for first-time landlords. So a lot of people are thinking about dipping their toes in the buy-to-let market despite the changes that have come in, and property is a great investment. So what do you do if you're thinking about stepping into this market? Well, firstly, know your area. Do some research, go street by street, actually visit the different areas where you want to invest, and just find out what the market's like. How many people are renting, how many people are socially renting, how many people are privately owning their properties. This is especially important if you're considering doing a HMO. You really must make sure there's enough rental demand for this sort of property in your area. And you can assess this by looking at large local employers, looking for other reasons why people might want to rent short term in this area, and also good transport links. That's very important. Likewise, if you're thinking about doing a family let or single let to couples or that sort of property, you need to make sure there's the right demand in that area and that's the right sort of area to invest. Secondly, know your legislation. There's been a lot of changes in the past couple of years to legislation. It's really important to be on top of this. You need to make sure you have your gas safeties done, make sure you're complying with the fire regulations, and that you're serving the correct documents at the start of the tenancy. That's very important as well. If you don't do that, you can face some big penalties. And that related to this, it's important to have strong contracts in place. You need to have all the vital heads of terms covered, and one very important one is subletting. If you don't mention subletting in your contract, then within the fixed term, the tenant has the right to sublet without your knowledge, without your permission or consent, anything like that. So it's very important to have in there a clause about subletting, and generally just use an approved contract. You can get many approved contracts online. Go to the many landlord associations and provide some. You may have to pay a small fee, but it's definitely worth it to be covered. The other side of having a successful property investment is finding the right tenants for your property. If you have a great investment but you put the wrong tenants in there, you're going to suffer with late payments, no payments at all, or potentially damage to the property. So make sure you're picking, you're carefully vetting your tenants, ask them plenty of questions, find out why they're moving, where they're working, referencing. Really do thorough referencing. So contact their current employer, contact their current landlord, their previous landlord, and I would recommend using a professional referencing agency to do this. Because they really know their stuff and they will find out for you. And just make sure you see those pay slips and bank statements to see that wherever they were previously, they were paying the rent and it was actually their salary was going into their account. And the third thing that's very important to have in place is proper insurance, and there's many sides to this. You need to make sure you contact your mortgage provider and find out what insurance is necessary if you're letting out the property. There may be terms that you have to comply with. For instance, for your insurance to be valid, you may have to have deadlocks fitted on your doors. So it's really important to check those and make sure your insurance is valid from the start, because trust me, if your insurance isn't valid when you need it, you're really going to regret not having that in place from the start. Finally, I think inventories are well worth considering, and you can use a professional inventory clerk, and once again, I would recommend this. They really know their stuff, they go into detail, and they are accredited. If you like, you can contact me and I will give you a sample inventory of the inventory clerks that I use. They're very thorough, they're very good. And if you don't feel that's necessary, just do a quick once over yourself. Take some photos, take some descriptions, put it in a Word document, and just the simple act of getting the tenant to sign this at the start of the tenancy will work wonders in making sure that they comply with that and really respect your furniture. So, and this is really important if you're letting out your properties furnished. So that's important to consider. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please pop me an email. My email is hassan@bullfinchproperties.co.uk, or you can give me a call. My number is 07944 726 676. If you have any comments, any likes, anything you wanted to follow on from, please leave them in the comments below, and I wish you a very good weekend.